Hello fellow cinephiles, my name is Christina and welcome to another Let's Get Reelz review. Today is my segment I like to call What's on Netflix, where I tell you what is on Netflix that maybe you've never heard of or maybe has a low rating. Today I am going to be reviewing the sci-fi mini-series that is now currently on Netflix called Tin Man. It is from 2007, so as of this recording, it is 10 years old. This was a fantastic series. I found it a few years ago because I like Zooey Deschanel. And I found out also that it is a retelling of The Wizard of Oz. So I just immediately picked it up because, as I said, I really like Zooey Deschanel and I really like The Wizard of Oz. I've reviewed The Wizard of Oz before and I've also reviewed The Wiz. And as of this moment, I am currently trying to read every single Wizard of Oz novel by L. Frank Baum. And I really loved Tin Man and I really want you guys to go see it, so here's why I think you should go check out Tin Man. Tin Man takes place in modern times, so in 2007 you can say, when this was filmed, and it is about this girl DG, played by Zooey Deschanel. She lives with her parents in Kansas, and she keeps having these dreams where she's back in this world. She sees like this kind of beautiful world and she's running around and things happen in this dream. She sees a lady with violet eyes and she doesn't know where they're coming from, but she draws them out. And one day these guys come in this tornado. There's a tornado that comes through and they're like dressed in all black and they look like really scary henchmen guys, and they have come to take DG away on orders of this queen or princess Ascadelia, who's currently running the OZ, the outer zone, in another world, another dimension, what have you. And her parents are like, well, we wanted a way to tell you this, but you know, it's unfortunately we can't. So they push her into the tornado and the tornado takes them to Oz. Unfortunately, DG and her parents are separated in the tornado. Then she kind of goes on an adventure like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, where she meets a scarecrow-like character named Glitch, who doesn't have brains. He just has a zipper on his head and he glitches out every once in a while and repeats himself and can't remember what he was saying. They meet the Tin Man, who is actually a cop from the main city, and he has kind of a sad backstory. His son and his wife were killed years ago and he was just like left as a punishment to watch when they were taken away from him over and over again in this like tin box. So in a way he is like a Tin Man, like you would think, like, you know, from the movie, if you're familiar with the original movie, and you know, and as a cop because he has his badge. And they meet the Cowardly Lion, who is like, it's hard to explain. He's kind of like this mystic guy. I want to say mystic, and if like he can touch people's heads and get their memories out and do weird things, but he's a coward. This guy, he's afraid. He doesn't really stand up for anything. So they go to see the wizard, or the mystic. They call him the mystic in this, and he's played by Richard Dreyfuss, who is excellent in this. He's very good. And then Ascadelia is the Wicked Witch, and I'm not gonna really say that much more about the story because I don't want to give too much away, and it's really good. Of course, you know, it's like in The Wizard of Oz, you know, the Dorothy, the Tin Man, the Scarecrow, and the Cowardly Lion have to go and stop the Wicked Witch, and they have to go on these adventures, and you know, they just have to stop the Wicked Witch, and pretty much, and that's what they have to do in this. But there's so many like good twists and turns and differences in the story. It is a modern retelling of The Wizard of Oz, you know, both from the book and from the movie. There's really not too many movie references. There is like a little fence decoration that's a heart, and then it says 39 on it, you know, because 39 is the movie. And they do reference Dorothy's gingham dress in one scene, and that is it. And I think peppered throughout there's like a few little references to the 39 movie, but that's about it. And it really takes off and goes on its own and tells a very, very good sci-fi story of the Wizard of Oz. Like, you know, the OZ is the outer zone, and like, oh god, it's so good. It's such a good telling. And if you guys are, you know, you're open to hearing and seeing a different telling of the Wizard of Oz, and you want something different that really hasn't been on before or since, definitely go check out Tin Man. The cast is great. Zooey Deschanel makes a great DG. Neil McDonough is like one of my favorite actors ever, so he's like a great Tin Man. I loved him. I think this is where I started really liking him, from Tin Man. I love his acting so much. He was great. Alan Cummings, I'm not too much of a fan of, but he's very good as Glitch. And the actor who plays Ascadelia, Kathleen Roberts, I believe her name is, you've seen her in shows and movies throughout the years. You'd be like, I know her, I've seen her from somewhere. Very good as the Wicked Witch type of character. And as I mentioned, Richard Dreyfuss is great. He's usually pretty good in whatever he's in, but I like seeing him in this like wizardry kind of world, and like he's actually a mystic because Ascadelia kind of like pumps him up with some drugs, which isn't too off from Richard Dreyfuss anyway, because he like burned his brain out from smoking and everything and doing drugs. So that was my review of Tin Man, which is on Netflix, and I hope you guys liked this video. And if you did, give it a thumbs up, leave your comments down below. If you have seen Tin Man, let me know if you have, because I can really go for talking about it. There's not too many people that have seen this, so I'm always looking for people who have seen it, and I'm always surprised when I hear somebody's watched this. And if you have any suggestions of what I should watch on Netflix, or any movies that aren't on Netflix, whatever they are, old or new, leave them there, and if I pick your movie and I watch it and I review it, I'll give you a shout out. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for future what's on Netflix reviews and other movie reviews, because that is what I like to do here. And as always, keep watching movies and stay absolutely fabulous.